the third of this trilogy, the ninth in these 9 films. To have Annie Leibovitz come and document the work that's being done is incredible. And it's a gift.
Here we go.
Annie has been a part of this saga for almost 40 years. She's sharing in the culmination of this with all of us. It's an incredible honor to have her step in and capture this moment.
It feels like a proper journey. We were in the desert for the first one, and now we're here for the last one. I feel very nostalgic at many, many points that this is sort of... As everyone says, you don't get experiences like this very often.
It has been this incredible journey.
I'm gonna miss it so much.
Me, Daisy, and Oscar. It's like a moment in all of our lives, really. This is truly it. It's a blessing and an honor.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? Should I have? It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Kessel Run Weekly. My name is Danny.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Cheyenne.
Yay, we're back after our couple-week vacation, hiatus. I don't know what it was, but we're back, and that's what's important. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us and allowing us to have those couple weeks off. We really appreciate it, because we've been having some fun in between. But guys, I know that normally we jump into the news, like, pretty much right at this point, but I feel like our entire episode is news, because holy force in heaven, we got the Vanity Fair drop, guys.
A fair statement to say all of it is news.
This past week, Vanity Fair dropped a ton of details on the Rise of Skywalker Episode 9, even more than what we actually got at Celebration, even though for some of the articles that was kind of like largely information we'd already gotten, which Kristen pointed out. I didn't even notice at first, and I was like, oh man, they're repurposing Carrie's scenes, and she's with her daughter, and she's like, yeah, we knew that. And I'm like, great, I have a terrible memory.
Yeah, we already know.
But alongside that, though, we got a ton of stuff, a lot of images, and just with this whirlwind of everything that just came in, I want you guys' first thoughts. So first thoughts, favorite photos, whatnot. Cheyenne, do you want to start us off?
Yes, I will start with the pictures, because the photographer in me says do it.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, I can't do that, but yeah. Okay, so first off, Annie Leibovitz, wow. I was watching one of the videos they posted where Kathy Kennedy said Annie's been with them, been on this journey for 40 years with them.
Yeah.
Holy crap. The stuff that she's probably been able to see and be a part of and capture in still imaging, I am floored. I am emotional. Wow. It's been, 2 minutes since we started? Because I go to Hollywood studios and I shoot the characters on stage. Mm-hmm. That's cool. And I feel privileged to even be able to do that and all of that. But this, wow. So as I was scrolling through all of the different pictures she took, I did see a meme already.
Oh no!
Not like a bad one.
Oh, okay.
But this one where the guy is cleaning 3PO's face. He's gonna be the new pink underwear boom mic guy.
There it is.
What everybody's saying. Oh,
I feel like that's the obligatory umbrella shot of all Star Wars.
Yeah, there always needs to be an umbrella present. And then, okay, I will, unpopular opinion, I don't really care about the Knights of Ren.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was never something at the forefront of my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, because to be completely honest, when I was, the first few times I watched Last Jedi, I didn't pick up on the fact that Luke said he and a few of my other students, he took some of my students, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it didn't register with me that those students would follow Kylo Ren. I thought they were just like, oh yeah, let's leave. It didn't register with me for a while, and then people started talking about Knights of Ren, and I was like, who, what, where? Which is a valid question, and that's why everybody was mad, because we don't know where. So that was kind of my thoughts on that picture. They look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks super cool. While we're talking about that photo, what do you guys think about the staff being in Solo?
I noticed that. I don't know. Did you see that, Kristen? So one of the, it's the axe staff or something. The guy, yeah, it's the same axe that's in. You recognize it? It's the same one that's in Dryden Voss's office, right next to the Mandalorian armor.
He had lots of trinkets.
You remind me of the cat in Puss in Boots that goes, ooh. My favorite scene in the whole movie.
But I think that's really cool because it almost kind of makes me think, because I know post-Empire and everything, you've got a lot of Imperial trinkets and dark side relics and all these other things that belong to these factions at one point, just kind of floating around now. And I wonder if at some point Dryden Voss, like, he fell and something happened to all of his stuff. And they were like, hey, bump you, it belongs to me now.
Yeah.
And then you got that one guy that goes in there, I like your staff, I'm keeping it.
Yeah, I like this. This is my stick now.
So while we're on the Knights of Ren, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll jump on in, because there's so much that I want to talk about on all this.
We could go photo by photo all night.
Hey, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. So the Knights of Ren. Okay. So there was a thing in the article which you and I kind of briefly mentioned it earlier when we were talking before the episode. So there was this thing that was redacted from the article where all of a sudden they're like, hey, yeah, this was removed because it wasn't true and we misspoke out of turn and all that kind of stuff. I think it's the biggest cover-up of the century. No, I'm just kidding. But there was a caption that was put with the Knights of Ren and everything that said that officially and exclusively, we can confirm that it is the Knights of Ren that Kylo Ren is mowing down in the trailer. And then they turned around and was like, sorry, we misspoke. That wasn't true.
Kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. To me, that sounds like Lucasfilm and the House of Mouse came after and was like, bro, we didn't talk about that. That's a little much.
That guy was probably like, it's just a job.
Right.
Gosh.
Guess I'll be fired. But
Yeah, right. Guess I'll just quit then.
But yeah, so...
Oh.
And if you go back and look at the trailer too, compared with what the actual costumes are and everything, it makes so much sense. But there's another level to it. So right now, this wasn't in the article. Both of you gave me the greatest reaction. I felt so important. So in the trailer, if you notice when Kylo Ren goes to body slam that one guy that may or may not be one of the Knights of Ren. There's a stormtrooper just slightly in the difference, moving the same direction tactically as he is. What if there's a stormtrooper uprising and he's leading it?
Oh man.
What do y'all
just
think?
give me a lot to think about.
So not only is he turned on the Knights of Ren, but a portion of the First Order might have too. Because the stormtroopers are held by conditioning. If they break the conditioning like Finn does, which we've seen is possible by numerous stormtroopers.
That's fair. I don't know if they would use the stormtroopers in such a large role as that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if the Knights of Ren turn on Kylo. I don't really know for what purpose they would have to do that.
So kind of like they no longer recognize the First Order kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe like hey, this is going a little far.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going a little crazy. So
we didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, and I feel like that's exactly how he would react to, is be like, no, you don't get to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking care of this situation. So
What do you think, Kristen?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I like the idea that the Knights of Ren probably turned on him versus him going after them, I guess.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
It was
I have nothing
just
else.
made that. I wish they could see us.
You can meme this, it's fine.
That's the
Picture.
Stormtrooper theory is a very, like, I would have never thought of that. You guys know I'm not good at theories.
That's what I'm here for. But
Yeah,
I'm here to
exactly.
give the outlandish theories
Give me the things to think about.
There you go. Yeah. In addition to though, what I'm thinking as far as like the Stormtrooper theory and things like that, another reason why I think that we may see a little bit more of that is because in the article too, it mentioned that we're going to see more of where the First Order came from and the beginnings of it and how it formed and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if we get to see the conditioning process and kind of things like that. Because I mean, to me, if Rise of Skywalker truly is the end to culminate everything, it almost kind of feels wrong to leave those enslaved that truly don't know they're enslaved, you know?
That's fair.
So I don't know. That's just my thought process.
Yeah, especially because now it's not clones. Like,
I mean, it's babies.
But
they're babies that were stolen and reconditioned from birth.
Jesus. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, have you guys read Bloodline?
Not yet. No.
Okay, can I spoil it?
Sure.
Okay. I do not want to spoil if I don't need to. Okay, so spoiler alert for those that are listening that haven't read it. This won't take long, so just skip like 30 seconds. I don't know. But in the book, it doesn't tell you how the First Order was started, but there are things happening, and the First Order is brought up. So I wonder if that kind of stuff is going to come to fruition. It's not in the same timeline. No, it's not the same timeline.
I think it's before Force Awakens and all that, like earlier before, yeah. Because isn't Baby Kylo in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's like preteen Kylo.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah, because is this not the same book where he finds out that his granddad's Vader, or he's with Luke, and that's when it gets out, or something to that effect?
I think he's already somewhere, and either Leia or Han are on their way to him to be like, we need to tell him the truth, because the whole galaxy is about to find out that Darth Vader is Leia's dad, and they're going to lose their minds, and then they do.
They do.
So I think they were trying to get to him, or he was at home and needed to tell him before he found out via everything else. I can't remember what age he was. He was young. He was small. He was a small boy, of some sort. And it was really cool to kind of read all of that and how it came to be. So it'll be really cool to even see even if it's like flashbacks or if they just talk about it in general, it'd be really cool to hear about and see other people's reactions, because I'm just reading the book by myself.
Oh, definitely. See that, and that's something that I've kind of wanted to know more of from the beginning, because with the other trilogies, we get the rise of the Empire throughout the whole thing. Like, even in the original trilogy, you get a little bit about the formation. Like, I mean, starting out in the first one, A New Hope, they're talking about how the last remnants of the Galactic Senate are no more, and things like that, or the Galactic Republic are no more. We've now officially become the Galactic Empire. So you kind of get a little bit of it here, but like with the First Order, it was like they jumped straight in with Force Awakens. It was like, here's your bad guys. They're kind of the Empire. Have fun.
Wow.
Oh, and by the way, they have a Death Star. It's a lot bigger, but it's still the Death Star.
The Death Star, it's just here.
Yeah, and that was something that always kind of bothered me with Force Awakens. And I mean, it wasn't enough to obviously make it to where I didn't enjoy it, but at the same time, it was like, I just kind of want to know what happened. Like, there's 30 years of time here where we're not getting anything. And Resistance has been kind of alluding to a lot of that. We were supposed to be getting, with Episode 9, a little bit more to that too. We got some of it in the Battlefront 2 game. But but it's just like been little nuggets here and there. It's like, form your own opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see more about the First Order for sure.
Yeah, and because just while we're on the topic, I'm not like a big, like, everything that I own, I don't really care about stormtroopers, if I'm being honest. Like, I care about them, like, they're slaves, and that sucks, and that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they've never been like, oh, my favorite character, oh, I want to dress as a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of things that have stormtroopers on them. But I've never been a First Order gal. I've always been an Empire gal, an Imperial one. Not really a light side person. Always been a dark side person.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really care about the First Order, and I'll be completely honest. It might be because of Hux. I don't really like him at all.
Oh, I can't stand Hux.
Hi, I'm holding for General Hux.
Okay, I'll hold.
Just like, most of I should probably apologize to our listeners for the fact that most of my conversation is me going, the weird sounds that I make that represent how I feel about things.
It's okay. It gives you character. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, really. But yeah, I don't know. So I think that will also help us learning more about them on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Will also help my, what's the right word? Sympathies. I don't know.
Understanding certain point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Next photo is the first look at Kerry Russell as Zori Bliss.
Woo! Pretty cool.
Seen in the she's in the thieves' quarter of the snow-dusted world.
Kijimi. Yeah.
Kijimi? I love the background. I love all of these shots. I do have to say about every single one of these photos, they are beautiful. Whether they are like cinematically shot or they're a BTS shot, they are beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know how she does it. Is she in auto all the time? Probably not. Can she shoot in manual in all of these situations? Probably. Annie Leibovitz, please give me a job and show me how you do these things. It's amazing. But
love you, Annie.
I've seen the other. This is another meme. Rocketeer.
Oh yeah, the Rocketeer. Yeah. That's what she looks like. That's the first thing I thought of. Next to it looks like a cross. She looks like a cross between Mando and Zam Wessel.
Yeah, wow, I did that. I do want to know. My first curiosity when I look at this picture is why is her helmet that way? Because they don't usually do things without a purpose in Star Wars. Well,
it looks like she should be able to go very fast, like aerodynamic.
Ooh,
yeah. And I'm going to tell you something shocking. I'm sure that you'll be floored, but I have a theory.
I was like, oh God, what? Okay, give it to me. Bring it on.
I think Kijimi was in the trailer. So you know how everybody freaked out about the ship that we saw flying into like this clouded, dark city on the side of a mountain is what it looked like. And everybody was like, that's the same kind of ship that left in Rey's vision. I think that ship is flying into Kijimi.
Ooh.
For what purpose, I do not know. But I think that that's where we'll meet Zori Bliss.
Okay.
And that's part of that, so yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, is that a gun?
Yeah,
that's
she's
two
got
guns.
Blasters. I was literally doing the same thing. I was like zooming in. I was like, what does she have?
Oh, that is bad too. Because it's almost like it literally looks like a combination between a sawed-off shotgun and a pistol. The way the stocks are and everything. Like, okay, she's built for speed because those grips are not like just regular blaster grips. Yeah. I thought they were knives at first.
I'm gonna be real. I'm normally not one that's just like, I like it. You're cool, awesome, good to go. I'm always just kind of like, okay, I'll wait and see what you're like in the movie and see if I actually like your character. And I'm still like that. But I think that I have become this way. Like, I like zoom in on costumes now, and I look at things, and I'm like, get more curious about characters because I cosplay now.
Yep.
And I say that loosely because I only have 2. But just the experience of being in cosplay has made me like really appreciate it and appreciate characters and appreciate fandom in a like deeper way than I used to. And just like, yeah, zooming in on her costume and...
Oh, Kristen's picking it apart right now.
yeah, looking at all of this stuff, I'm like... And I can guarantee at the next con that I go to, I'll probably see something like this.
Oh, I hope.
I would totes cosplay as her.
It's amazing. I would be able to get everything together except for the helmet. And eventually I could get the helmet. It just amazes me that somebody is going to have this ready so soon because of this one photo.
Yeah, her helmet looks like it's like she's got like a speeder bike kind of thing or something. like
yeah!
You know the motorbike racers. I can't think of what they're called, but the ones that are like really high speed that like I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it makes me think of.
I wonder if she... Okay, this is me just throwing things out the window. The scene in the trailer where they're on speeder bikes and they're chasing them. And I don't remember what character is on the speeder bike chasing them. I wonder if she drives one of those.
Ooh, that would be cool. I think it's Poe that's being chased or something like that. Yeah, on the skiff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're on a skiff and somebody's... I can't remember if it's stormtroopers chasing them or somebody else.
I don't know that we ever saw... I know that there's a theory that it's jetpack troopers that seem to come out of the cloud of smoke of the dust. Yeah, but yeah, what you finding, Kristen?
Nothing really. I mean, her helmet's still getting to me. I mean, it's just the back part of it because it's almost like it's a comms thing or something. The way that those could be an antenna, maybe.
It looks like an antenna, but like right underneath it, it kind of has like an engine kind of look to it.
Yeah, I was about to say it almost looks like a cooling area or something.
Yeah. So do we think that she's Rey's mom?
No.
She's
too cool to be Rey's mom.
You still don't like Rey, do you?
It's so funny. I think that she's gonna be a really cool character.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely think she will be too.
That's like final thoughts. Pinned it.
Absolutely. What's our next picture?
It is Force Majeure. Is the title. First Order leaders General Hux and Allegiant General Pride on the bridge of Kylo Ren's destroyer.
Hashtag not Thrawn.
I remember seeing that too. Honestly, all of these are a meme. Every single one. Beautifully shot again. Where are you? Did you make a set? Is that on a green screen? What's happening?
Right. It looks so perfect. Like, it almost looks like it's on a green screen.
It's so shiny and clean and so Imperial and First Order that I can't even handle it.
Right.
And I hate it.
What is he holding?
Because I hate them.
I don't know what he's holding. Ooh. I didn't even notice he was holding anything. Kristen, you have eagle eyes.
It's like a comm link looking thing.
Maybe it's a comm, yeah.
Could be. It's probably something simple.
All right, so do we think that this is Hux's father? I've seen that passed around.
I thought he's dead. He's dead.
Is he dead? Okay.
Yes.
I think did he die in Phasma?
Yes.
Got it. Well, there you go. Not the dad.
But the nose looks the same.
Hashtag not Thrawn, not dad.
The fun uncle, maybe. A Funkle. Funkle. Ooh, you know what I wonder? Wow, you're teaching me how to theorize. Okay. I wonder if he is like, hey, we should take over the First Order. And he's like, yeah, we can do that because you're an old white guy in charge and people will listen to you because they don't listen to me because I'm a whiny young white guy. And then Kylo Ren is like, oh, well, they're taking over. I'm going to take all these people and we're going to go this way.
Done. I'm for it. Well, and so I was actually kind of thinking because of the title of his name, Allegiant. I don't know if that's an actual like military title, but to me it kind of sounds like a founding father kind of thing.
Let's Google it.
Well, while you're Googling it, but like what I was thinking basically is kind of like he's kind of like maybe a founding father of the First Order, and he's come to be like, hey, you kids are kind of messing this stuff up. What's going on? And maybe take it away from him and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, literally, he looks like he's the new, I don't want to use the words the big bad, but he's the new, like, I'm your military boss now because Kylo Ren doesn't know what he's doing, and neither does General Hux.
Maybe this is the way to separate the First Order from Kylo. And have Kylo kind of become his own character. And, I mean, he is his own character, but be his own person away from the First Order. Well,
and his uniform is fancier than Hux's. Mm-hmm. It's very, like, robe-like.
Yeah.
Across the top chest area. He's got some bands around his arm. I wonder if that's, like, their new symbol of, like, a badge instead.
Okay.
And there's something on his left arm, but I can't tell what it is because it's just not facing the camera. Mm-hmm. It's, like, like patches on the side arms.
Yeah.
Looks like that could be there. It also could just be lighting. And I'm just...
No, I agree with you, because even if you look at Hux, he looks like he's got something right above Gray Man's hair. Because they both look like they got some type of little patch on the side of them.
Curious. But it does say on the bridge of Kylo Ren's destroyer.
See, and that's why I think it's like that situation, like somebody's been messing up too long in the family business or something like that, and so the board members step in and it was like, hey, bud, you can't do that. Heard about Crate, devastating and all, but we lost a lot of munitions in that fire on that man. We can't afford that.
So funny. Oh.
So that's what I'm kind of wondering if maybe that had... I don't know. I'm wondering if he's... Because that would be cool to kind of see a founding father of the First Order. Maybe he's an old Imperial. That would be cool.
Wow.
Yes. Next picture.
Desert Power. I almost said dessert power.
I'm hungry too.
So, immediately, Danny, I wanted to point out to you, this is that picture where that's that skiff. You're talking about, wasn't it?
Oh, the skiff that Poe and all them are on?
Yeah, is it not?
It is.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
It is.
Just want to point that out to you.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's Finn, C-3PO. Rey's there, so she can't be far behind everything.
She might be on that skiff, and we just didn't see her in the trailer.
That's a tiny skiff, though.
That is a tiny skiff.
But I was literally trying to zoom in. I just want to say that this man that's pushing this, I think is going to be the next Boom Man.
Yeah, I was literally thinking the same.
Yeah.
Mr. Skinny Shorts.
He's in such a weird position.
Yes, he's just like kind of leaned back like he's not supposed to be in the shot. Like, oh man, but I didn't get out of it in time.
I just want to know how hot Jonas is.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's out there. And Anthony Daniels in the 3PO costume.
I mean, out of all the costumes in this, Rey definitely got out better.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Short sleeves, light colors, and everyone else is in these dark grays. And...
You know what I noticed, though?
What's that?
Now that I stare at it, if you look at John Boyega's outfit and you look at the released costumes for Batuu, they're very similar in color and fashion.
John Boyega's.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is.
Things of that blue color, those browns, those vests, those sleeves. It's very similar.
It really does look like that. I actually didn't notice that. Something actually that I noticed in the article too, and I think they mentioned it at Celebrations, talking about how his costume is more put together, like it's more Star Wars like because he's finally chosen a side.
Yes.
Because in Force Awakens, he was just trying to get away at all cost, and Last Jedi, he was kind of like, I'm still not for this. And now in Rise of the Resistance, that's a ride. Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker, he's finally settled in on, this is who I am and this is who I've become. And I think that's going to be a really cool turn for his character arc. Because, I mean, in all honesty, I haven't really been a fan of his character just because it's kind of taken the back seat to everything, you know? Yes. So, and I hate that because I want to really like his character. So I'm hoping to see a lot more development and a lot more from him in this.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I mean, the next one is basically a follow-up to that. It's called Sandblast. It's a chase sequence spotlighting the heroics of Chewbacca, BB-8, and Rey. Zooming in, see a lot of camera crew. Mm-hmm. See a lot of dust. I see some things in the background, like people, and honestly, they look like Tusken Raiders from here, but I mean, they're little blobs of people, so. And they're not, because we're not on Tatooine, but.
Yeah. Well, and it may be, so we got a name for the aliens that we saw. They were like all tentacled and everything. The
Yeah.
Aki is what they're called.
Aki?
Aki, yeah.
Love that.
It kind of makes me feel like the Knights who say knee. We are the Knights who say Aki.
Yes.
Or if they're like, Aki.
Right. And apparently
That's
they're
probably
actually
what
like,
it's gonna sound like.
right. A little bit more Aki.
They're gonna be like the Momoan man, like, Aki.
I love that.
That was fantastic.
You're welcome.
It doesn't look like anything extra. I don't want to say this and get yelled at by people. I was gonna say it doesn't look like anything extra special is happening. It's very special. It's episode 9, but it doesn't
special
look,
in its own way.
yeah. It doesn't look like anything crazy's going on. There's
Right.
a chase, which is cool. So the next one is Punch It. In a historic reunion, Lando takes the helm of the Falcon.
Yay!
So Chewie Dio, so excited about him.
I love how Dio's peeking over Poe's shoulder too.
Yeah, he's so cute. And I keep saying I should not gender identify this droid. But
I don't know if they have or not. I know BB-8 kind of goes back and forth. Like they
yeah,
don't really
I've heard
know.
some people going, oh, maybe it's a girl. And I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's droid.
Tis a droid. Tis mechanical parts.
Tis a droid.
It was not born either way.
Technically, tis a guy in a green screen suit.
I'm going to write a blog that's called Tis a Droid.
There you go.
Love everything about this picture.
Yes.
Mostly Poe.
I can't imagine why. Would you like to elaborate?
Jeez. What is a jawline? What do you mean?
I'm thinking Lando's looking pretty smooth in this, though.
He does. How do you just be Billy D. Williams?
So how do you
Right.
Billy D?
How do you Billy D? I do have a question for you guys, because I did have some people, I say this as if people have said it to me, it's not to me, just on the internet, say that they don't really care about the fact that, or they don't like the fact that Billy D is in the Solo costume.
What?
Yeah, they're like, he was so young when he had that. He's not going to fit it. He's not going to have it. But like,
I mean,
any and all excuses of like why he shouldn't be in that same costume.
I mean, it's like his suit. I mean, when you grab a tux, you go get a new one.
Yeah. Well, it's it's like your closet.
Mm-hmm.
You got some outfits, you're going to wear them.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I mean,
it's
if it fits.
Yeah, and it's so snazzy. Like,
yeah.
Because I know one argument to that would be like, oh, but he's Lando Calrissian, he doesn't have to wear the same outfit. He doesn't have to outfit repeat, which is fair, but he can outfit repeat if he wants to, because he's Lando Calrissian.
Well, see, and it does look very similar to the Solo outfit, but it's not a direct rip of it, though.
Is it?
No, and I think that was, I don't remember.
Yeah, because the actual Solo outfit, because I have this Black Series figure that has the same outfit. It's actually more of like a tunic style, kind of like cut all the way down to the side, and then it's just kind of open, so it's more dress shirty than that is.
Okay, and that's good to know, because I was listening to the Black Series Rebels, and I think they said the same thing.
Yeah.
They were like, it's not the same outfit.
Mm-mm. It looks very similar, but only in color scheme. Because even with his cape, that looks familiar, but that's Lando, man.
Yeah, and I think that would be a good point for him, just in general, because it's like, I liked that outfit. Here, let me make a new version of it.
Right. But
what about you guys? What do you like in the picture?
Oh, I love all of it. I love the detail in the Falcon, and I can't wait for Smuggler's Run. For the love of God, I cannot wait. I've been seeing all the things being posted. I know this is off topic, but I've been seeing all the things posted.
Okay.
And
This is Star
I'm so
Wars.
excited.
We get all the
Right.
I would love to shout out Juju Kitty on Instagram. She is a wonderful, wonderful Leia cosplayer. She also cosplays other things, but a lot of what you'll see is Leia cosplay. And her and I can't remember the Han Solo cosplayer's name. And then I think the Kylo is like Z_Ren.
Okay.
They got into the Falcon cockpit at MegaCon and took family vacation photos.
Yes! That's
and it's
awesome!
hilarious and adorable. They're so cute and good and funny. So that's just a shout out to all of them because amazing. Good work. Good job.
That's awesome.
And the Falcon cockpit at MegaCon was unreal. I took some pictures of it and I plan on uploading them at some point. Oh my God. It was so cool. And the fact that you could go and get in it and just be chilling.
It's so cool. Like, I'm going to be a mess when I walk into Galaxy's Edge. I'm supposed to be going in August when it comes to Disney World. Yes. So I'm really hoping. My dad was talking with me about it last night, I think, is when they dropped by to say hi.
Are you going on opening day?
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I know my dad and my uncle are supposed to be going this week to opening at Disneyland. So,
okay. I was about to be like...
So yeah, but all the stuff from it. I mean, I'm so excited. But sorry, derailed that completely. But
okay, I actually was going to say something about it since we're on the topic of it. Very short, quickly. But so on my Instagram, I follow a lot of like Disney Instagrammers in California in Disneyland. And they are going to Batu, and they can't take like pictures or video yet, but two of my favorite people, Francis Dominic and Patrick Dougal, did a review of Smuggler's Run, and they talked about the different positions that you get to be.
Yeah.
Super cool. Very pumped. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but like,
I heard one particular seat has the power to make everyone motion sick.
You can literally be different things, and it actually affects your outcome.
Yep.
And I love that.
Yep.
I'm yelling in my sleep. I gotta calm down.
Oh, it's gonna be so great. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be awesome. Okay, next image. Ooh, my favorite. I say that very early on. There's 8 more left. Horsing Around. John Boyega and Jackie are on the Hardy Orbacks. I saw images of this pre-alienizing them. Pre-green screen stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just on horses. And I love that because I really, one of my favorite things is watching Amelia Clark sit on the back of a green screen dragon and be as intense as she is on a green screen dragon that's just kind of moving around. So I love that they're actually on horses. I love that they actually rode. And that's just because I'm a horse girl. So
I think it's really cool. Yeah.
I'm pumped to see that.
I'm excited about the design of them too. They kind of have like a horse/warthog look to them.
Yeah.
It's like Pumbaa when he grows up, he wants to be in Star Wars.
Yes.
But I really like it though.
Jungle.
Yeah, especially Janna, like her archer kind of look and everything looks so bad. I'm hoping those are explosive arrows too.
I was going to say, I want to know what's on her hip. It looks like explosives and a blaster. I want to know what's on her arm and like what kind of goggles she's got going on her head. I want to know what her cape is made of. Why does she have a cape?
Kristen, what are your thoughts on the Orbacks?
I don't care for them.
Why not?
I don't like the way they look.
Why not?
I don't like the way they look.
You can't have horses in Star Wars.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You have to put warthog faces on them.
It's Star Wars, you can break all the rules.
You have to put warthog faces on them.
I want to know what she has there. What is that?
that looks like a... Is that a lightsaber? No, that's a gun.
I think it's a blaster.
Yeah, that's a
Where's
blaster.
it? Oh, okay. And then I'm guessing that's a blaster too over there.
Probably like explosives or something, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. There's more of her arrows right there.
Dude, she looks legit too, the way she's riding it as well.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she's got her
looks
wrapped around
awesome.
that
Yeah.
piece on
Oh,
the
she's in
side.
it. She knows what's going on.
I don't know. When
I
Danny
want to
first
know
showed
what
me
they're
those
riding
pictures,
into. Where are you going?
Right?
I didn't really know what to think. And then I realized they were legit horses, and I was like, that makes me feel better, but I still, I don't know. I don't care for the look. I mean, I just don't care for the
The
look.
little warhog face.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I think it's cool looking.
I preferred the cuter
Bat ears?
things.
The thought ears, yeah.
I prefer those. They were much cuter.
Well, and if you look too with this background, whatever planet that they're on, that the Death Star dish is on, that's where they're at on this one too. So I'm wondering if wherever this is, if it's Yavin or whatnot, if it's the stage of like a final battle or something, and this is where these are coming from. Because I mean, both of them are armed.
Yeah. What's the theory about it being Yavin? Because I didn't hear anything about that yet.
So apparently, the rumor is that we're supposed to get a lot more on Poe's backstory, and Poe was born on Yavin 4.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so also with the Death Star dish in Battlefront 2, the actual dish is in orbit over Endor. It's not on Endor. It didn't crash anywhere. And if they consider that canon, though, there's that. So with it being an actual dish that's dropped, it's a good possibility that it's over Yavin, because that's the last place that a Death Star was before it blew up.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's Yavin where it all began. So
All good things. All good things.
all good things.
All right. Next item. This is mostly about a camera operator. Perfect person. Love him. We see Rey on the skiff, Chewie on the skiff, doing something with BB-8. I'm looking. I'm analyzing. There's a guy making a funny face in the background. There's a guy biting his nail in the background.
Oh, such a bad habit.
I know. Don't do that, sir. That's all I got. What do you guys got?
Well, so aside from the pictures, I have a few pieces of speculation that I grabbed from the actual articles that they had released alongside of them. There were a couple things that jumped out at me that I actually thought were very peculiar. Some of them were just kind of like, oh, this is neat. So the this is neat part, we find out that Rise of Skywalker, and I don't know if I've already said this, is set 1 year after Last Jedi, officially. Okay. So there has been 1 year. Apparently, Rey has been training during this time. I think she may be training with more than just Luke. No, not Kylo. Lord, not Kylo. Reylo is dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Harsh.
I know.
Kill it if you have
to. But she's been training. I think she's been training with some Force ghosts, mainly Luke, Kenobi, Yoda, maybe Qui-Gon. Would be cool.
I'm so sorry that I laughed about that. You said horse ghost.
Horse ghost.
And I was like, wait.
Yeah, he's with Charlie.
Okay.
No.
Force ghost. That makes more sense.
Force ghost, yes.
That would be cool. I really don't know why I really care about this, but I really hope that Anakin is Force ghost.
Yes, I really do too. That would be really cool. Especially if he were to confront Kylo. I think that'd be so awesome. Be like, hey man, why are you giving your mama so much trouble?
Yeah. He'd be like, listen, kid.
Grab him by the ear.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop what you're doing now.
Back in my day, no.
Yeah, honestly. I am also curious to see an Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Force Ghost, which would be cool. It'd be really nice if they just gave us all a Force Ghost. Do I think that's going to happen? No.
Wishful thinking.
wishful thinking, but it'd be cool to see an Ewan McGregor Force Ghost. But I'm curious to know how they would age him.
See, I don't know that they would, because if they can de-age Anakin's original Force Ghost from the original release, then it stands to reason that Kenobi can do the same, you know?
Right. And I have that same thought.
And I mean, they're dead, so I don't know why you would need to de-age them.
Comparing old Anakin to young Anakin?
Yeah, so, because you know how in the special editions they added Hayden Christensen and took out Sebastian Stan.
We talked about this. Or my thoughts on it. I told you my theory on it.
Let's hear it again, because I'm not sure where you're going with this.
So, my theory was, though, is that the reason that it made sense for it to be young Anakin and not, like, the older versions, because...
Disgusting Darth Vader Anakin.
Yeah, because old Anakin's Darth Vader, so he was no longer on the light side. So, that Anakin that we see is the last time we actually saw Anakin.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay. The actual Anakin.
The actual Anakin.
My thoughts about the old and young Obi-Wan is because old Obi-Wan is not only how we already saw Force Ghosts, but it sounds like old Obi-Wan in her Force Awakens visions.
Yes,
it sounds a lot like
old Ben.
Well, it's old Ben, and it's actually officially Ewan McGregor as well. There's lines from both of them, and actually Ewan McGregor came in to actually record those lines as well. So the whole "these are your first steps," he actually came to record those. So it's a little bit of both. So I don't know. I mean, if you can get young Anakin and young Kenobi, it stands that we can get a taller Yoda. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just like listening and like yes, and then I heard that and I was like, huh?
I had you. No.
Coming in.
Good.
Well, so my second piece of information that I thought was interesting in the article, there was a quote that they put in there. I don't know who said it. I believe it was just pulled from the article itself, but it was explaining the trilogy. So it says this trilogy is about this young generation, this new generation having to deal with all the debt that has come before. Kind of talking about basically the premise of the sequel trilogy.
Sounds like real life.
Right. It kind of sounds a little close.
I was like, wow, real world things in Star Wars? Never heard of that.
Right. Well, and I wonder how much that's really going to factor into Rise of Skywalker as well, to the effect of, hey, why are we fighting? Why are we still fighting our grandparents' wars and things like that? And I wonder if that will factor in.
Yeah. It would be really cool to... What's the right word? You know how, like, politics is a big thing, especially in the prequels, or Star Wars in general. It would be cool to see that factor of it, because we haven't yet. Like, I really don't care much for the politics of Star Wars. I get why it was such a big deal, and I think that it added a lot to the story, and I love that it meant so much to George Lucas, and that's how he basically could create these movies, is by politics and war and fantasy. Love that all combined. We just haven't seen much of it in the sequel trilogy, and I'm wondering if, like, this is their take on that. Because without them, like, literally sitting in a Senate room. Like, it's more of, like, there's good versus evil, and then there's, like, but how can we handle this? How can we make the galaxy a better place?
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, like, how can we do that, but in a good way?
No, I hear you. Yeah. It would be interesting to see how they go through and truly wrap up everything, I think.
Yeah.
That's really what I think we're all just waiting on, to see how in the world this can be the culmination of literally 3 sagas at this point. 3 sagas and 2 standalones. All right. So next picture, Cheyenne.
From the Ashes. It's Luke and R2. It says, the article says, speculation is rampant about who will rise as the Skywalker of the movie's title, and how that choice will reflect the way the world has changed since Star Wars debuted in 1977.
Sounds like something.
My first thought when I look at this is the fire real?
Maybe.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yes for 100. No, I'm just kidding.
Love everything about it. Luke has a glove on again. Did he get a glove again?
See, I'm wondering if this is a flashback, but at the same time, this looks like grumpy old Luke from Mach 2.
Yeah. Did he put a glove back on?
I don't think he ever did. I think he had his
He was
robo
like,
hand out
that
the
was
whole time.
Was this not the scene from The Last Jedi where we kind of see what happened between Luke and Kylo?
he still had short hair.
Yeah, he had short hair, and it was brown, something like that. It was
Brown.
dark, yeah.
Not
It was
gray.
dark hair and everything. So the flashbacks were more of like the Luke that we saw in Crate when he did his little hologram thing. But yeah, but this looks like new Luke.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of like. But I mean, it could just because I mean these are pictures that are taken, so I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that this could be a Force ghost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
If
it
any,
could be
yeah.
edited. To...
See, that's what I'm thinking. Is maybe the edit just hasn't happened yet to make him.
They can't
Ghosty.
reveal that much about it. Like if
Right.
if they did that, we'd all know.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, the only thing I can think of is that it's a flashback from when the Knights of Ren tore down the temple.
Right.
When they left and everything that initial night. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I have for that one. Again, beautiful shot. Amazing.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Maybe if you turn it upside down, it'll be like Darth Vader or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Hidden messages in every single one of them.
Is it
The entire plot to Rise of Skywalker is inside
I'll be
these
honest with you that when I was looking at it, I was like, I wonder if there's something I can see in the smoke.
I'm looking at that right now. I'm like, zoom in, zoom
Yeah.
out, zoom in, zoom out. Turn, turn.
Same thing.
She's legitimately just rotating her phone to try to see if she sees anything.
You have to close one eye, turn the brightness down,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
flip it upside down.
Turn that crap down.
Oh man, you can definitely see it now.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Oh
No,
my
there's
Goodness.
Nothing.
There's
Nothing
nothing?
fine yet.
Is that official confirmation?
I mean, not official yet, but I'll let you know.
Can confirm.
I'll think about this picture in my sleep.
Last but not least is the Kylo and Rey battle in a confrontation.
So good.
And this says their force connection, what Driver calls their maybe bond, will turn out to run even deeper than previously revealed.
Mm-hmm.
I have thoughts.
Let's hear.
I don't normally have thoughts on this. I like that the title is called Star-Crossed, like the picture title.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love creative titling. I don't like clickbait titles. So if that's what this is, I'm going to be upset. I think that it is a beautiful, beautiful representation of the dark and the light.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's even more beautiful that his side of the photo is brighter and her side of the photo is darker.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Her
I
side's like
wanted-
completely dark over there, and then his side's much brighter.
I think it speaks to their internal battle. And I want to know what they're standing on. And
And I feel like it also speaks to like not only their internal battle, but their lives, because I feel like Kylo had a lot easier growing up.
yeah.
And Rey was abandoned on a junk.
Yeah, like
World.
what they've been through.
Like, you think she should be the one who had the worst, she should be the dark one, you'd think, because she had the
Right.
rough upbringing.
Well, so it's interesting that you mentioned that because in the article with the interview with Adam Driver, he had talked about kind of Kylo's upbringing, about how it seems like it would be easy being basically born to parents that would be considered galactic royalty and everything, but the two parents always had other focuses and other priorities
Well, I'm not saying
with
like
the smuggling
he
and
didn't
the
have his own
resistance.
struggles as a kid,
Well,
too,
sure.
But
that's one thing that a lot of people are kind of wondering, because like you had with Anakin's turn, it was a fear of loss. So what is Kylo afraid of? Because fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. So what is it he's afraid of? What is it that's done this to him? Are we going to see something in his past other than what we've already seen that could have been the ultimate trigger, because obviously things were stirring before weird Uncle Luke took out his lightsaber and tried to kill him. You know what I mean?
And I just really, for me, like you said earlier, Reylo is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are really severely like into that. They're into Reylo. They ship it, as if you will. I do not. I am not a Reylo shipper.
No.
I don't care. But I am so very invested in the relationship. Not I'm your boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend and I love you and you love me. In their connection.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I have always been a person that like I connect with men very easily because I've always been a nerd. I've always been more like, wow, I sound like 12-year-old Cheyenne. I've always been more of like a tomboy. I've always been more of like, I want to go outside and ride my horse sort of deal rather than I want to go inside and do like my makeup and go shopping. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am both of those people now, entirely. But it's just very much like you can be connected to a man without being in a relationship with him.
Right.
Especially in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody said there has to be another love story.
Right. And I don't want there to be, personally, to be honest with you.
I know that Jennifer Landa, she's on the Force Center podcast. I'm pretty sure she's the one that said it. That she's like, I don't care about love in Star Wars. It's not
That's not what's important.
Not what I'm here for.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm not here for the love story. It's cool. That's great. It adds a little bit more. For Kylo and Rey, they don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be more of their story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just need, we want to know more about this connection. Was it really Snoke? I don't think so. I think it was the Force, and I think Force has such a deeper role in this. I'm super excited to explore it. There were more thoughts that I had, and I can't find the words right now, so I will probably either write a blog about it or include it in one of my Clone Wars podcasts soon.
There you
go. Moving forward.
No, and I agree with you on that. I'm not looking for a love story. I think, in all honesty, that ship should have sailed already. To be honest with, that was not intentional, but that was great. I just lost my thought. Thank you, guys.
Sorry, that was really funny.
But I think that's actually completely gone when she closes the door on him. I think more of the question is, does he believe that it's over with? Because he seems to be that he hasn't ever had a connection like that before. And so I wonder if he starts to seek out to find out what's going on. Because I agree with you. I don't think Snoke connected them. I think it was a lie. I think he discovered a connection between them and then went from there, to be honest. And the same thing with Kylo talking to Rey about that, oh, your parents were just filthy drunk traders. They died, da-da-da-da. I don't think that's the truth either. I think he's just telling her stuff in order to win her, basically. There's no reason why he would be inclined to be honest all of a sudden. So,
and I think that her parents are nobody. I think that he was just able to use that lie, like you said, as a ploy.
Mm-hmm.
I hope her parents are nobody. That's another thing I've been seeing people talk about more is like, oh, are you going to tell us who Rey's parents are? And then it's like a meme of like somebody being J.J. Abrams and going, nope, I'll just do this instead. Yeah. It's like, okay, but like stop asking for that. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's irrelevant to the story.
Mm-hmm. She's
your character. Her parents don't matter right now.
Exactly.
Like, if they want to talk about her parents, they can bring it up later.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's not important. It's not important where she came from. It's important where she's going and what's happening to her right now. And the looking to the past, I mean, in all honesty, The Last Jedi covered all that.
Mm-hmm.
Kill it. Let it go. You don't need it. Just move forward. And I feel like that's what's important with Episode 9 is that we've got to move forward. And I wonder if that's a lot of the message, because if you think about it, so what needs to happen for Episode 9 to completely resolve? A lot of the stuff needs to move forward. A lot of the past needs to die. A lot of past mistakes need to be corrected. And on to a new future.
Right.
It's just got to happen.
That's a big thing that, like, when I think of, like, real life, like, life lessons from Star Wars, which have a lot of those, when they say, like, the past has to die and stuff. And I've always been one person that, like, you need to learn from your past and then move on from it. And I think people are taking, like, let the past die so literally. It's like, no. It's not saying you need to forget everything in your past. No. You need to move away from the things in your past because you should have learned from what happened. And it's like, most of this has turned, I'm trying not to turn me ranting. Ranting about annoying people on the internet. So I'm sorry if you're one of those annoying people on the internet.
They don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We have the not annoying people. But yeah, it's just more. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's time to move on from the past, and I think that'll be the best part of episode 9 is that it's not only moving on from the past, it's ending the things from the past and creating a future for literally so much more.
Yeah,
so many more things.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Kristen, do you have any final thoughts or anything like that for the photos? What you want to see in 9, Raylo, any of the sort?
No, I think we covered everything. I'm just waiting for more stuff, more trailers, more pictures, more story, just more. I like this. This was a nice little... I don't know, like a nice little boost because we haven't really gotten any content since Celebration, so it was just a nice little like, we know you want more, here you go.
I know, and after 2 months we're starved.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll send us another trailer or something out soon, and not too soon.
Yeah,
soon enough.
That should be just after the summer, I think.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
2 months probably.
July or August.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Which would be just another 2 months. It's almost
a summer
June.
trailer.
Yeah.
Almost June, so we'll get July, August.
Mm-hmm.
2 months.
So one last thing before we go, because I actually just thought of this. I almost forgot. So an interview, well, it wasn't really an interview, but it was a Vanity Fair video that Lev Grossman actually was kind of talking about what we know, what we don't know, and what we can't say yet. Mm-hmm. And in the what we can't say yet, the question was, do any of the main characters die in the film? And his response, literally, the short answer was yes. And then after that, he started talking about when you're around everybody and on the set, they've been out there by themselves for a long time, you hear things and you find out things. He's like, but yes, that's all he could say was that. And he kind of seemed fearful to say that, to be honest.
Main characters of the current story or main characters of all of it? Because
just main characters. That's all he said. So
that's what I was wondering too. Because I was like, it could be Palpatine.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Technicalities.
Whole other can of worms.
But I mean, do we think any of the main cast, as far as like our main Rey, Poe, Finn, do you think that they'll die?
Maybe.
Poe's got a good chance of dying.
Probably Kylo.
Now that you've grown attached to him?
Yeah.
I thought about that. Poe was my second choice just because I feel like they've been utilizing him a lot, even in Resistance.
I feel like he's such a freaking hero.
He is.
Of course he'd be the one to go out.
He'd be
somehow.
a sad loss, too, and that's a lot of times what it is.
Yeah, he'd hit the other characters in such a deep way.
Well, here's one, because we all knew it was coming. Leia. Because we know she has to.
That's fair. I don't know.
I would be very upset if they did that.
If they killed her off?
Up until...
They have to, though. We talked about this, honey.
No, they can let her just be if it's the end. They don't have to kill her.
I think that's the thing, is that's what I've heard. Everything leading up to this, I've heard we're just using unused footage.
Yeah.
Or we're reworking unused footage, or et cetera, et cetera. And I think, and I want to say...
They wrote the movie around her. Around those scenes. So yeah.
Yeah, because this was hers. This was her film. Mm-hmm. And I want to say that there was an interview, I don't remember if it was before Force Awakens or Last Jedi, or I think it was after Last Jedi, when, or during, I don't know, she had already passed, and her brother had made a statement about, like, I really appreciate that they're gonna keep her in this.
Mm-hmm.
which leads me to believe that they are not going to shut her out of it at all. Or if they do, it's not going to be a death. It's going to be a she's over here somewhere.
Right. Well, and if they're wrapping up everything, there would be no need to cancel out her character because she could be part of the future development somewhere else in a story aspect. Because this would be the end of General Leia Organa. Her story would be finished at this point. This would be it. If they're really wrapping it up. So
you know what would make me want to die? Is if she was like, it's just Leia now.
Oh. No.
Oh, I'd lose my mind.
Yeah.
I'm losing it right now. And it has to... Oh, God. Okay.
You look like you're holding something back.
Let it out.
Let it out. This is a safe space.
Because, I mean, I'm kind of advocating for them to just, like, respectfully kill her off. Because I think that's the only way you can really take down a character that's already passed. I don't think you can just send her away. She's too much of a, like, force to be reckoned with to just, like, go retire in that shack over there, pull a Luke, and go live on an island.
Well, you're not alone in that. I know a lot of people are thinking that that's a possibility.
I would just... See,
It's gonna be sad either way, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think her leaving the battlefield is an option for Leia.
But what if the
she's
battle's
been in the
over?
fight since she was 6 years old? Not really. Probably not that long. But she's been in the battle for a long time.
What if there's no more battle? What if the war is done?
Is the war ever really done? They thought
We'll
it was
find
done,
out.
and then the First Order rose. So I mean,
yeah.
It's never going to technically be over. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying like she's gonna like Mary Poppins out again or anything crazy.
I was so mad at that scene.
But I mean, I feel like they could just like let her pass in her sleep, or just respectfully pass.
That would be a
that's
nice
respectful
one.
for her character. So I'm saying just something simple. Obviously, she's not gonna like go in a mine explosion or anything crazy. Like
That'd be so messed up.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like they can't do that. They won't do that. They will reap all types of crazy if they do.
As if they already haven't seen the wrath of the internet.
Right.
And the wrath of the fanboys.
So, I don't know. I do feel bad saying, like, kill her off, but at the same time, I think it'd be really respectful for her character.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I think it's going to be Rey or Kylo.
I wonder if Kylo will die. Or Rey. I don't think Rey will die. But I would say Kylo has a pretty good chance of it. But...
Yeah. Kristen, your poll was BB-8. BB-8 will die. That's
BB-8's honking out.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, yeah.
Oh.
She's like, don't touch me.
What about Chewbacca?
Ooh.
I don't want to think about that. I'm going to get emotional.
He's not going to hear it. I can hear it in his throat.
I'm
He's
good.
like,
I'm not. I'm good.
I think it would be very distasteful
Extremely.
of them to do that after Peter Mayhew passed.
Extremely.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, I think
Extremely.
about that. I was thinking more of like the Han Solo line, like as in Han, like his friend's gone. Is the way I was thinking about. His friend's gone, so maybe he'd go down as a hero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the way I was thinking about it. So I wasn't thinking about the Peter Mayhew, but yeah,
I think he's like a space dad.
Yeah.
Now. He's her space dad.
Yeah. I think he'll either stay with Rey or if she survives.
He's the
or
Funkle.
He's the Funkle.
He's the Funkle. That's it. Decided.
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering now because we never see Chewie on the Falcon again. At least in the pictures, we don't.
Yeah, he's on the Falcon with Lando and Poe.
Was he?
He was.
I'm not crazy.
You are.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're right.
Still love you, though.
Dang, you're right. Mubby. Family friend.
I think.
Hey, that makes me feel better. I'm not the only one that does that.
I think he'll go off with Lando.
You think so?
Lando's got some kind of operation where he's like,
What if he goes with Leia, and they don't kill her off, and she does go off?
I'd be okay with that.
What if
I would be broken,
Lando?
but yes.
Lando and Leia got together and lived happily ever after.
Dang.
I mean, he did always have thoughts for her.
The marry my best friend's girl situation. that would be a huge yikes.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I just missed that altogether there. All right, bro. My bad.
Miss the giant walking carpet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My bad. I was too busy looking at Lando's outfit.
That's
I
fair.
was too zoomed in to see him. He's just way up there.
So I think we'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up there. Does anybody have any final thoughts or anything like that they want to add?
I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I just want more content, but I guess staring at these pictures for a while.
Me too. I'm so excited. That was really cool, kind of diving deeper into the pictures. I saw a bunch of things that I didn't even see before, so that was awesome. Bless your cosplay eyes. So cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll end it. Guys, thank you for listening or watching another episode of Kessel Run Weekly. If you guys don't mind, if you could leave us a review on iTunes, 5 stars, we'll read it on the show for sure. Because we love you guys, and we love that you love us.
Yeah, we love you guys, and we just haven't had one in a minute, so, I mean, you know.
This is Kristen begging. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just asking politely. Please.
But yeah, guys, so leave us a review. We'll be happy to read it on the show, and very much appreciative of you guys. We love that you keep listening to us or watching us every single week. Join us on the Twitch stream, all that kind of stuff, which brings me, I haven't actually mentioned this ever on an episode, I don't think. We stream on Twitch, if you guys didn't know. Kessel Run Weekly. Really easy to remember because it's the same name as everything.
Hey.
But we stream every Wednesday night, so if you want to check us out there, go follow us so you know when we go live, and come hang out with me as we play.
Sometimes me.
Yeah, sometimes her. And one day, Cheyenne, it'll happen.
One day, eventually. I will get my setup going eventually. Wait until I move, then it'll be game on.
Sounds good. I'll take you up on it. But yeah, so come follow us on Twitch. And you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Kessel Run Weekly as well. And Cheyenne, where can they find your stuff?
My blog is CheyenneHoover.wordpress.com. That is all of my like Star Wars Sundays and different things like that. I get pretty consistent for like a few weeks, then I drop off for like a week or two. Usually I'm working on topics, but with my job, I'm everywhere. So just keep an eye on the blog. My photography can be on my Instagram. It's panthera.studios. That's on Instagram. And then my regular Instagram, so my Disney adventures, Star Wars stuff, cosplay stuff, is all at CJerica. I am on Twitter. Don't use it too much, but feel free to follow it. It's CJerica95. I think that's it.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yes, follow her on all the things. She's awesome. She's got some cool articles you guys will definitely love. So check them out. Show her some love. For sure. And so, guys, that's it for this episode of our Vanity Fair Freakout. Thank you guys for joining us. And until next time, my name is Danny.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Cheyenne.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.